Turning 25 is a huge milestone. You're a quarter of a century old and halfway to 50, but that sounds too morbid to think about. I decided to ponder the differences in my life between now and when I turned 24. At 24, I had just moved out on my own a little over a month ago. I was working full-time in retail and I was in a toxic relationship, though I didn't know it at the time. I was still figuring out my mental health issues, and I probably only had a handful or two of subscribers on YouTube. One of the first changes that took place was the adoption of my cat, Georgia. I had been thinking about getting a cat for a while, and I finally decided to adopt. I love her very much, and my love keeps growing for her. At around the same time, my relationship ended what seemed to be out of nowhere. At the time, I didn't really understand why, and I blamed the whole thing on myself, which led to a very deep depression when the fall came around. Once I came to terms with his reasoning, I was able to understand and accept it. I also saw the red flags that I didn't see before. We eventually cut off contact with each other because it was just better that way, and we haven't spoken to each other since. I switched to a new full-time job in the fall. I began working as an ed tech at an elementary school. I figured I should try to put my degree into some use. I still don't think education is the path that I want to follow, but I am totally fine working as an ed tech for now. I like working with kids in smaller group settings. During my deep depression, I started some online therapy for a little while. I realized that I had a lot of the symptoms of borderline personality disorder, and I started looking into treatment for that specifically. Traditional therapy has never worked for me. I did learn some things that help sometimes, but I still struggle a lot with my emotions and coping with stress. Towards the beginning of the new year, I was blessed with the opportunity to dance the lead role in a dance show of Sleeping Beauty. It was a lot of hard work and it put a lot of stress on me, but it was totally worth it for the experience of a lifetime. It's definitely a role I will never forget. I started to get out of my constant depression at that point, and I got happier as time went on. And now, here I am. I'm 25. I'm still living on my own, well, with Georgia, of course. I'm happier than I have ever been, though I still have my struggle with anxiety and overwhelming emotions. I have been in a much healthier and happier relationship for about a month now, and I have over 200 of you guys watching my YouTube videos. I could have never imagined that, ever. So I want to thank you guys for being there through the ups and downs. I love you guys. Cheers to 25 and many more years after that. Come here.